So I'm back. I tried recording a this video like 5 minutes ago, but I accidentally knocked over the stand for my recording. I used kind of a ghetto setup here. I mean, I'm not gonna show a picture on the screen of it, but yeah, it just wasn't good. But anyways, this is about the Minnesota Timberwolves. This video, I'm so surprised by them. They're in their top eight team. They always had a good roster, but they're finally putting it all together now. They are one of the best teams in the West and in the NBA in general. They fired Ryan Saunders, the son of longtime legend Flip Saunders. He was 43 and 94, and I believe this was the day after they lost to my Knicks. Yeah, pretty bad game. Minnesota. They always had a good roster, but just didn't never could beat the Knicks. Anyways, they had Chris Finch. They saw him as a Raptors assistant. Worked over Nick Nurse, very smart guy. And everybody's like, "Who's Chris Finch? Who is this guy?" I mean, so a little bit of Chris Finch, a little bit about Chris Finch. He was a D League Coach of the Year and champion in 2010 with Rio Grande Valley Vipers, and nobody knew who he was. And Minnesota didn't even go through the offseason process of searching for coaches. Just really weird situation, but it's been working out great. Chris Finch is really good. They're the sixth seed, only 1.5 games behind the Mavs, 42 and 30 at the records in the thumbnails you guys saw. They're 9-1 their last 10, the best record in the NBA since the All Star break. An incredible turnaround. They're 24 and 12 at home, 18 and 18 on the road, and they were 28th in defense last year under Saunders, 11th in Chris Finch. So Chris Finch has installed the defensive culture in them, what Nick Nurse did with the Raptors, and they're even sixth in offensive rating this year compared to 25th in 2021. So they were bottom five in both categories, and now top 10 in both pretty much. And Karl Anthony Towns is a big catalyst to that. 25 and 10, 4 dimes this year. 53% from the field, 41% from three on over 5 attempts. He's the best shooting big man in the league in probably history. Him and Dirk, I would say. I mean, I remember Cat said he was the best. By the end of his career, he'll probably be the best. I mean, honestly, he's a great player. Anthony Edwards, I wasn't really too fond of him being the first pick. LaMelo Ball, better passer, has a better feel for the game. He went third. Wiseman went second. I think I guess they want to have LaMelo and deloading, but deloading's played off ball a lot in his career. He's the primary ball handler on this squad, but I didn't really like how I just didn't like how they took Edwards first. I thought LaMelo was a better prospect. LaMelo's doing well for the Hornets. He won Rookie of the Year. He is in fact better than Anthony Edwards, but anyways, what are you gonna do? Anthony Edwards is averaging 21 this year, 43%. He's slightly improved from last year. I don't like his shot selection. 35% from three, which is league average, but he's taking 8.5 attempts. I think he really should be taking five. There's no way he should be taking 3.5 more attempts per game than Karl Anthony Towns, the best player, the superstar, and the best shooter on the squad. I think his shot selection needs to get better. I mean, he makes so many great plays. He's a talented player, but he needs to do a little better in shot selection and defensive rotations because LaMelo, I think he's just still a better player. Deloading, good point guard for this team. 18 and 7, he's a little pedestrian numbers, 35% from three, just under 42% from the field. Nothing that impressive, but his defense has improved this season under Finch. This team is a bunch of shot creators. I mean, he's a center, but he can create his own shot and set up with other teammates. So I like the big three of Russell, Edwards, and Towns. I wonder where this team would be if they had LaMelo instead of Edwards. Maybe they would be technically worse. Edwards, is more athletic. He has potential to be a way better defender than LaMelo. LaMelo's really skinny and not as quick and as explosive as Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is God-given athleticism, so. And the rest of this roster is just a bunch of dudes, but they all work. Malik Beasley, they signed him to a good deal. He's been on and off 40% from three most of his years. The guard out of Kentucky. He averaged 12. He's averaging 12 this year. Good role player. And Pat Bev, who they gave away Jarrett Culver for. It's funny, Culver was the sixth pick. They traded him to Cam Johnson in the Suns in 2019. Kobe White went seventh, so they really could have had Kobe White be this team's backup point guard. That'd be really fun. Jarrett Culver's a bust. He's garbage. He's on the Grizzlies. So Pat Bev, I liked how they add him. Defense, they need defense. They got that in Pat Bev. Veteran locker room presence because Cat deloading. These guys haven't won anything. They never played in big playoff games. I know Pat Bev hasn't really won anything per se, but he's played in a lot of big moments. He was on the Clippers Western Conference Finals team last year. He's a hardworking player. He could teach Edwards a lot about the game of basketball. Jalen Noel, another solid player. Naz Reid, Jared Vanderbilt, all these guys know that everyone in Minnesota, nobody really plays out of pocket. As I said, Anthony Edwards does take a lot of weird shots sometimes, but he knows his roles. His job is to put the ball in the basket and be the sidekick to Karl Anthony Towns. This team has so much potential. I think they could beat Dallas in a first round matchup. I think that'd be really fun to see if they were the 4 and the 5. But Minnesota sixth. If they get up to 5, they'll face Utah. I don't really like that. I don't think they would do that well against Utah personally. Utah's a much better team. It's a tough place to play in Utah. But if Minnesota faces any other team, it's fair game. I think they could. I think I'd rather play Memphis than Utah if I was the if I was the Timberwolves. So maybe staying in sixth is good, and hoping the Grizzlies get the three draw. Because if they play the Warriors or Suns, they're screwed. This team's not good enough. But Karl Anthony Towns would be a matchup nightmare for the Grizzlies or the Mavs. Their centers are not that good. Mavs don't even have great rim protection either. But it's fun. This is definitely a league pass team to look forward to. Minnesota, bright future. If Anthony Edwards keeps improving, he slightly improved this year off of last year. And everyone keeps knowing their role, and Finch keeps installing a collective great game plan. The sky's the limit for Minnesota. This team's going to win like 50 games. They are hot. I could see them winning a first round playoff series against whoever they face, besides like the top teams, obviously, but just really surprising. This is what the Eastern Conference has also been surprising, to go off topic for a second. Just it's a lot of jumbled. This playoffs is going to be awesome. Minnesota came out of nowhere. That's why I decided to make a video. They're surprising everyone. So if you guys like this video and want more NBA content like this, please like and subscribe and comment down below what you think about Minnesota. I know I've been surprised this roster. I loved Cat as a player in college in Kentucky. He's putting it together. This whole team is putting it together. So props to Chris Finch and this Minnesota team. The sky's the limit. So thank you guys for watching, and peace.